Welcome back, fellow tamers. This is your King Willick speaking, and this whole thing is out of control. Just when you thought you only had 5 people to return to, this one has more quests for us. Dilemma of Frigimon. You always have a dilemma. Black Birdramon leaders. Devimon leaders. Devimon leaders are on the way, so let's take them out first. So yeah, thank you Move Games for taking over. If you are taking over the JoyMax website, I advise you to change the name of the website so everybody knows that who they're reporting to, because we all know JoyMax really screwed up the whole ordeal of being tamers. But yeah, Lucimon is now lost to me forever. I can't log in for anything anymore. It took me 20 tries last week. No, 2 days ago actually. Man, my mind is replaced of time. It took me like 10 to 20 tries 2 days ago to log into Lucimon, all because of disconnection problems. And when I went to log out, that did not disconnect me whatsoever. Whenever I logged out, I was able to log back into the Lilithmon server. Now, I've been getting somewhat of request of returning to the Lucimon server to help them out with something. I can't. I just told them in the comment of my Facebook post, there is no returning back to the Lucimon server for me because that server is dead to me now. I had a lot of good stuff in that server. I was counting on receiving a Kudamon. Didn't get it. In fact, that whole server ordeal of logging in and out and losing business and stuff like that is just redunculous. JoyMax really messed that place up, leaving it go the way they did. So Move Games is taking over and repairing that server. I'm not so sure how many maintenance it's going to take, but it should get done before the end of the year, if not until the end of next year. So yeah, they really let it go. I'm still holding on to the idea that the server was attacked by a group of hackers who didn't get what they wanted out of the whole inquiry of items that they wanted in the global servers. They had to hack for it. Like getting skins or whatnot. Skins, there's no problem with. I mean, people can download the digital copy of the game and then have this access to change skins of tamers or Digimon. You name it, you have it. I'm sticking to the default. I don't mind. But there is one thing I do want to change. How Dorumon becomes Alphamon. The 2 forms before it is just at a loss, because that's not how Dorumon digivolves into Alphamon. Dorumon went through well, I guess I could show you here. If I go to D's, Dorumon, here we are. He took this form, then this form, before he took this form. Now these two are so out of place, it is not funny. We only need these two to this. That's it. But instead we had to deal with the misconception of the evolution and go on from there. And isn't there enough games that had to deal with such a thing? Like misplacement of digitrees? I mean, if you take an Agumon, it does not digivolve into Greymon. No. It has a 3-part tree that it evolves into, and that's ridiculous. No one wants that. But we have to put up with it anyway, in regards of copyright, and if it was copywritten or infringing on copyrights, it shouldn't exist. End of discussion. Now, if you wanted to get something published in regards of the name of Digimon, I would prefer to ask for a license to do such things. You don't have to go as far as, stealing the idea of licenses and try to build your own game through some sort of app or whatever. I would ask for the license first. I would not go out of my ways to taking the license or by force. That's just plain ridiculous. And why are you attacking the Goblimon? You're supposed to attack the Black Birdramon. And I was supposed to attack the leaders. That wasn't a leader. And why are these labeled in different names? That's another thing they need to fix. The naming. Because this confuses me. I'm used to the English names. The Korean titles that were given to the Digimon were so confusing. I had no idea who they were. Frigimon, alright? Let's put in an example. Frigimon is a different Digimon that I had in mind, because I've heard Frigimon being used before and it was not Flamedramon. Okay? Flamedramon was Flamedramon. Frigimon? You're gonna have to watch Tamers to understand that. And yes, I have the third series on the website, straight from Hulu. I've captured every playlist known to Digimon and put it on the website. However, Data Squad needs a push of a license for Hulu because they did so much as far as to get, season 1 through 4 up. They need 5 up now. And I've been waiting for like 4 years for them to actually set it up. And they haven't done it yet. That's kind of sad if you ask me. So yeah. Don't tell me it's... You stepped on rocks in Dark Tower. What the hell are you doing? How can you not step over this rock? Okay, that just screwed everything up. I did not want you to hit Renamon and you just did it anyway. Sick. Anyway, so everybody knows I'm hatching royals. Reason of this being is because I've been trying to get a few things straight. I was unaware that I could record playlists of games such as this or go live with it. And I've already completed this quest, so now I can return to Frigimon. Where are you? Let's go, Greymon. But as I was saying, whenever I was creating the idea of hatching royals, I was unaware that I could come up with playlists or go live like I can these days, because whenever I first played Digimon Battle, it was like back in the early 2000s, alright? I had no idea they came out with this game. I had no idea that I could download it as soon as the early 2000s. In fact, no one even told me this game even existed until 2013. And I'm glad it's still alive today, because whenever I brought up the fact that Code Lyoko needed their own their own online MMO, I was excited to hear that they were trying to come up with the idea, but sadly enough, they didn't come up with the money, so the Koreans dropped the idea of ever making it. And whoops, nope, go back. Hand this in. And yes, the Koreans, as far as I was told, was coming up with the idea of building the MMO for Code Lyoko, and they scrapped the idea because of the lack of what do you call those now? Refunds. The lack of refunds that they were receiving. That being said, there's not much that they could do about it, so they've tossed it aside and left it alone for good. Now, the Dragon Ball community, however, is coming up with their own MMO, well, a new MMO, I should say, and an English transition because they're coming out with a global server, they're coming out with a Korean server, and all this and that, and it's becoming, in a sense, to me, it's becoming a pattern. Seeing things come out in Korean before it hits the United States and other countries as well. Steam, in regards to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and I've been so anxious to play that game. I was on that hype. But as far as Xenoverse goes, they were announcing the latest movie that just came out. Everybody thought was going to be a series. The movie is called Revival of Frieza. Some may have heard of it as Revival F. The F stood for Frieza. Now, it is an awesome movie. I would love to see it, but as far as I'm told, they're bringing the MMO back. So we're going to see the Dragon Ball brothers go at it again and come up with new ways to raise the characters as far as Xenoverse went, and come up with your own storyline if you prefer. That's up to you, so on and so forth. That being said, we're gonna have to wait off on Code Lyoko. Kind of sad, but it's true. It was a thing. Now it's something of the past. That being said, this is your King Willick speaking. We just finished our last quest of today. We'll be right back.